Hello, friends. Welcome back. In the last session on the rights and duties of the citizen, I spoke about fundamental rights. And now I will be speaking about directive principles of state policy and fundamental duties of citizens of India. First, directive principle of state policy. You know, these directives are given to the states by the Constituent Assembly. Why? Because Constituent Assembly thought that though they have framed the Constitution, they cannot made provisions about the future of the country, about the future of democracy. But at the same time, they can give some directives which will be useful for the states to implement in future. And therefore, these directives are given. These directives are not mandatory upon the states. This is in simple language, we can say that this is the advice given to the government by the Constituent Assembly. You know that Constitution amendment process is given in Article 368 of the Constitution. By using the tools given in that article, government can add some articles or can omit the original articles which they feel are of no interest in these days. And by using this article to amend the constitution, government can make the constitution update. And these articles comprised in the part 4 of the constitution can be taken into consideration by the government for making the laws. Therefore, I would like to have our attention towards the directive principles of the state policy. The Constitution lays down the guiding principles of the state policy with a view that the state should have a comprehensive public welfare approach while undertaking amendments to the Constitution. What are these articles? Please go into it. One, state to secure a social order for the promotion of public welfare of the people. Certain principles to of policy be followed by the state. Equal justice and free legal aid. You find lok adalats and even the legal advice given at the district courts and other things. That is one of the directives given by the Constituent Assembly and followed by the Government of India. Article 14 is about the organization of village panchayats, about which we will be talking in the next session somewhere, because this is an important aspect, and panchayat bodies are important organs at grassroots level. Right to work, to education and public assistance in certain cases, provision for just and human conditions of the work and maternity leave. Next is about the living wages, etc. for workers, participation of workers in the management of industries, promotion of cooperative society. These are related with the workers and their welfare, women welfare, working women welfare, etc. Article 14 is about Uniform Civil Code. So, Uniform Civil Code is, you know, that the debate is going on at the national level for the long time about to have a uniform civil code. And this is one of the aspect where we can have a uniform civil code or not, that will be discussed in the legislature, and afterwards the decision will be taken accordingly. The Article 15 is about the provision of early child care, and education to children below the age of 6 years. Previously, in this article, the free and compulsory education for the children between 6 to 14 years age was provided, and the states were advised that they should take the steps in that direction. And I'm happy to tell you that the government has taken steps, government of India, and now that has become a fundamental right. Promotion of educational economic interest in scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, and other weaker sections. Duty of the state to raise the level of nutrition and the standards of living and improve public health is one of the directives. Organization of agriculture and animal husbandry, protection of improvement of environment and safeguarding of forest and wildlife. This is important. Protection of monuments and places and objects of national importance. And Article 50. So I had a talk about this in a silent features of the Constitution, where we see that independence of judiciary is important, and that directive is given Article 50, separation of judiciary from executive. And Article 51 is about promotion of international peace and security. We are living in a world, we are part of this global world, and therefore we should also try to have a peace at the international level, and that directives is given by the Constituent Assembly to the states. Coming to the next point about the fundamental duties. In original constitution, fundamental duties were not provided for. But the Constitution of India Amendment Act 42 of 1976 provided for fundamental rights to the citizen of India. I hear you say that this amendment has included Article 51A and given certain duties. The duties are, you see, first duty, to abide by the Constitution and respect its ideals. See, abide by the Constitution. You have to follow the directives given in the Constitution. You have to follow the provisions given in the Constitution, because Constitution is a very, very important document as far as the functioning of democracy is concerned. Therefore, we should abide the Constitution and respect it, its ideals. Ideals, we have already talked about ideals of equality, fraternity, justice, etc., etc. So these ideals, and moreover, the national flag and national anthem. Second, the cherish and follow the noble ideas that inspired our national struggle for freedom. Third is to uphold and protect the sovereignty of India, unity and integrity of India. This is a part of the preambles also. To defend the country and render national service when called upon to do so. To promote harmony and the spirit of common brotherhood amongst all the people of India, transcending religious, linguistic, and regional or sectional diversities, to renounce practices derogatory to the dignity of women. This is very important about the dignity of women. Next is to value and preserve the rich heritage of our composite culture. Ninth duty, to protect and improve the natural environment, including forests, lakes, rivers, and wildlife, and to have compassion for creatures. Next is to develop scientific temper, very important. Humanism, this is the basis of inclusive society and the spirit of inquiry and reform. Next is to safeguard public property and abjure violence. This is very important because in a democracy we have a right to protest, but during the protest we have to protect the public property, and that hint is given in this duty. Next is to strive towards excellence in all spheres of individual and collective activity so that the nation constantly rises to higher level of endure and achievement. Uh, this is the directive, very important directive. And the last duty is who is a parent or guardian to provide opportunities for education, his child, or as the case may be, ward between the ages of 6 and 14 years. These would be the duties of the citizens. So, friends, that's all about the directive principles and fundamental duties. I know this session is a very technical session, and you should understand these provisions, particularly provisions made in directive principles of the state policy and the provisions in the fundamental duties. You should look into the details by using texts on political science that will enlighten you more. Thank you, friends. Thank you once again. Bye.